You're watching Let's Chat.
Artist Kevin Bate joining us now, talking about something new that's coming up, literally right around the corner and figuratively right around the corner as well. Kevin, good morning to you.
Good morning, Chip. How are you?
Doing very well. You were here last. We were talking just before the world shut down, pre-pandemic.
We're talking about a mural class that I taught, and
Right.
it was in February, right before we shut down in March. And it was 2 years ago, so it's good to see you again.
It's hard to believe it's been 2 years.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Hard to believe it's been 2 years, just the sheer amount of volume that's happened in that time span. Give us a couple of the murals that we probably have all seen and are very familiar
Let's see,
with.
Dr. King on MLK, Faces on Fraser, the technology
Right.
guys, Fallen 5, it's one kind of near and dear to me.
How do you get everybody can see something that needs to be interpreted one way. How do you bring it from your mind out to the finished product?
I always work small at my desk. It's easier to work small there and get it all worked out,
Right.
and then blow it up, sketch it large.
And then you can bring it out to make it as big as you want.
Yeah.
You're doing something coming up here in a few weeks called an Immersion Gallery.
Yeah.
Immersion art. Tell
Yeah.
me what this is.
So I've always wanted to open a gallery and show off. I've always been a big promoter of all the local talent here in town. And so I had this idea for a gallery that's not really a gallery. Instead of repping a bunch of artists, a stable of 20 artists, I am repping individual pieces of their work. And what I've done is I've built this space. It's got a couple of themed rooms, and I've invited artists who make art that would fit in those themed rooms. It's an immersion. You walk into one room and see one group of pictures and one set of trinkets, and you walk to the next room, it's a completely different show. So it's like 4 different art openings in one space in one night. And we have music and food and
Wow.
a lot of artist demos.
How many pieces of the art that we can see there are available for purchase, or are they all?
All of them, yes. And in fact, the strange thing about this place is it's not just the art that's for sale. We have books by some of the artists. We have jewelry made by some of the artists. We have a musician who makes bolo ties, Lon Eldridge, and those
Yeah.
are for sale. I think he's got a board game that he's made that he's bringing for sale, and cacti that he propagates. So it's a chance for artists to like dabble in all their different interests.
Right. A lot of times artists kind of get stuck doing one particular medium.
They
and they
do.
have so many other creative outlets.
Exactly. I think creative people are creative people,
Sure.
and they need an outlet to show off all those things.
And it doesn't have to be just the conventional art that hangs on the wall. It could be, as Kevin said, just about any other form you could imagine.
Yeah.
So how many artists are you going to be featuring here in this?
So let's see, we have 25 here in this first invitational.
Right.
And they delivered artwork this week. We got about, 150 pieces.
Really?
Yes, from those artists. Some,
That's a bunch.
you know, some brought 2, some brought 10.
How does that challenge the artist in you to most complimentary display them, arrange
Exactly.
them, et
So
cetera?
when I was at Workspace, which is where my previous studio was,
Right.
we would put on a monthly show for Open Studio Night. And a lot of those shows, I would help curate and hang. So it's all just that. It's practice in doing it. It's learning, what can go together, what can't. Things
Right.
look better in 3s than they do in 4s. They look better in 5s than 6s, but still 3's better, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And how much work have you put into this?
Oh gosh, I've been working on building out this space since June.
Pretty long time, but that's nothing you can accelerate. You can't say, I've got
Oh man.
9 days to do this from point A to
So
point B.
this has been so crazy with all that's going on. When we started, of course, there were these shipping bottlenecks. It took me an extra month to get lumber. And then a couple of months ago, I fell and I broke 3 ribs. And so I was out of commission for, a good chunk of time.
Sure.
So this has been it's been a labor of love. It's like one of those things, anything that's really good, it's always going to be the best thing you've done and the worst thing you've done, the easiest thing and the hardest thing. And this is no exception.
How long is this going to be open, this Immersion Gallery?
So we're going to be opening quarterly. We'll change these shows. We have one anchor room, but the other 3 or 4 will change quarterly. We will do 3 or 4 shows a quarter this first quarter, and then we're trying to figure out a way to be open weekdays, to be open all the time, and be able to have that staffed.
What about the cost to get in, that sort of thing?
Tickets are available online. They're $40. You can go to immersiongallery.art.
Immersiongallery.art.
Also on Facebook as Immersion Gallery.
All right. Now, is any of your work going to be on display there?
Yes, I have. I think right now there are 5 pieces. I may bring 2 more that fit into a batch I've got on one wall.
Wow, sounds incredible. And again, you want to get there early because once the good art's gone, it's all good art. But you know what I'm saying? Once a favorite piece you may be thinking about is gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
And these are one-of-a-kind pieces.
They are by the true local talents here in town.
All right, sounds good. Kevin Bate, we look forward to hopefully having a bang up opening night for this. And when's the first time it's open to the public?
Friday at 5.
Friday, starting at 5. Get your tickets. They're available there, right there on your screen. And we'll be right back with more of Let's Chat.